Hey, what's up, y'all? So I got a little time before I head out and get ready to go to work today. But I wanted to share a few things. First of all, yesterday I had I made a video that I'm gonna delete. It's not posted, but it's private. And the reason I'm gonna delete it is because what had happened in the video is that I didn't get any sleep. Not yesterday, but the day before that when I got off from work, okay? Kind of walk y'all through it real quick. And on my way home, I found a bottle of Douce liquor that had about a fifth left in it. And I picked it up and obviously walked home. Now, I was mad. It's not often that I don't have my weed. For people out there that know about portions, if I got a bowl to smoke, I can make a bowl last pretty long. So I'm on my way home and I'm like, man, this is gonna be the first night in a long time. I mean, I couldn't tell you when, but won't have any weed. So I'm already in a mindset of like, I don't drink alcohol. I don't. When I do drink, I do see how people become alcoholics. That's very clear to me. But start getting ready. But you know what? I don't want y'all to just have to look at that. Try to prop the phone up while I get ready. But what I had told myself, I said, man, you know what? I'ma just go home and go to sleep, bro. I'ma just go home and go to sleep. I haven't had a night like this, and I couldn't tell you when, but when I did, I that's probably what I did. Was just like go home and just lay around and you know whatnot. But I get home and I'm taking little shots. You know, I'm one of these people, man. I'm a gulper. You know what I'm saying? When I'm drinking alcohol, beer, or anything, I'm gulping it. It's very rare that I'm gonna sip something. You know what I'm saying? That's just I do that with my food, you know, but with alcohol and smoke and stuff like that, big puffs of smoke, big gulps of liquor going down, so on and so forth, right? So I finally get home and you know, there's a guy that works at Walmart that he helps me out with weed every now and again. I told him, I was like, bro, he wasn't there. You know, coincidentally, he was not there. And so that had already put me in a mindset of like, I'm really about to have to do this shit. So came home and I tried to just chill. You know what I'm saying? Just chill. And started getting real antsy and shit like that. But I was like, you know what, man? Go ahead and really just go to Walmart, work on some of your videos and stuff like that. Just kind of get your mind off of it. Because by this time, the alcohol had already set in. So I was already in a mindset of like, I don't give a damn about no weed right now. Like, this liquor then kind of arrowed my attitude toward like, something got to change, bro. Something has to change. So, and because I'm highly intelligent, alcohol, you know, I remember when Terrence Howard did his interview with Joe Rogan and he said, it's funny how I know all this stuff. He was like, but I still smoke cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? So, I do find that to be funny that, you know, I do know quite a bit. And, you know, when I indulge in alcohol, specifically alcohol, weed don't do nothing. What weed does for me is helps numb the time between my next activity. So, like, let's say now, I've just smoked. So I'm getting ready to, instead of doing something like, I had a guy comment about the gaming. A lot of times, I really do think that I have, like, attention deficit disorder to the point where I may do something for 45 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I'm up thinking there's something else to do, which in reality, it's always something to do in living in this lifestyle. So, I come to these realizations, like, that's what weed will just, kind of inform my brain, body, and spirit, like, yo, just chill out, bro. It's okay. Just chill out for a second. You know what I mean? Excuse me, I'm in my drawers. I don't give a shit. It's hot. But that's what it does. It just numbs that urge to want to do 10,000 different things and just sit my ass down and do one thing. So, I mean, hell, this is always one thing and something else, this and this, and got to keep this fanning going, bro. It's hot. But anyway, so I come to the realization, I said, man, it was like 3:30 in the morning, right? And I'm sitting up at Walmart, and my mind is racing. And I get to a point where I was like, you know what, man, I'm not going back to this tent, bro. The mosquitoes, the heat, is too much. It's too much. Something has to change. So from 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, I called a suicide hotline. Now, I wasn't, thinking anything like that, but I wanted to find some type of transitional housing to try to get me out of these damn woods. So I'm on the phone with these people. Now, you guys, I've done this over 50 times since I've basically started this homelessness stuff, where I've called these people and either try to find some type of help or something. And I remember last year during the summer, I was in Steven's truck. By now, y'all should know who Steven is. If y'all know who Steven is a team lead at Walmart who is a homosexual black man that is HIV positive, and I'm sure he'd be like, damn, Charles, why the hell you say all that, man? I just speak the truth, bro. HIV positive and so on and so forth. But this brother has shown more compassion for me than people in my own family. So I hold him to a very high regard, and I care about him a lot. When he shared with me that he was HIV positive, he said, Charles, I have to go get my medicine. And I was like, medicine for what? Nigga, like, you got a cold or something? He was like, nah, bro, I'm HIV positive. And I was like, nigga. I was like, that adds more to the backstory of why you are the way you are. To me, that's what it do. And he was like, yeah, and I just started asking questions like, bro, that ought to suck. Like, it just answered a lot of questions for me. Like, so that's why you a lot of times like have low energy and stuff like that. He was like, yeah, a lot of times I be real tired and shit. And I was like, damn, bro, like, I feel for you on that. So, I remember when he let me stay in his truck, he had a black Chevy Silverado that was parked out in the parking lot that he had planned on getting picked up by whoever because I forgot what he said the reason was, but I kept my clothes, the other half of my clothes in that truck for the longest. And he used to always tell me, like, Charles, they gonna come get the truck, bro. Like, make sure you ain't got nothing in there. And I remember that truck had to be there for 9 months. 9 whole months. And one day I went there, the truck was gone with more, I would say more the significant half of my monetary items. Clothes, like winter clothes, a lot of my childhood memories, everything just gone. So anyway, going way off subject. So I remember I called them in his truck, and to summarize it up, I remember the lady telling me straight up, she was like, I'm gonna tell you this, man, after talking for so long, she was like, there is no program out there for you. She was like, I'm gonna be honest, the whole time you've been talking, I've been trying to find stuff. She was like, I'm gonna just be honest with you, sir, like, you're gonna have to lace them up and do it yourself. Now, I told you guys, I'm a spiritual person. So there's always the voice of God in the back of my head, brother. And it was always telling me, just like my dad, like, bro, stop trying. Stop trying to find a way out. I know it's hard. And see, the only reason I'm able to say this now is because it's hindsight. It's another day. I feel better than I did yesterday, but hindsight is a motherfucker, man. So if I'm God, I'm like, bro, I know yesterday was hard. I know that shit was tough for you, man, but stop trying to call people and find an easy way out. Yeah, you might be comfortable and you want to get into a bed and you want to get into the AC and, stop all this sweating and stuff. I know. But you almost there, CJ. You got you a job. See, I know what the answers are. I know because it's the voice of God within you. This is why you don't need no Bible. This is why you don't need no pastor. This is why you don't need the church. Because I'm chosen amongst 300 million people on this planet who are spiritual. I'm in that number. And being in that number, you ever heard the saying, once God purchases you, there ain't no refund. You ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You not going nowhere. You bought. And I already know. It's evident to me because when I want to do wrong, I almost have to, you know how what they say, you got to get in game mode? I almost have to get into like a serious, like a possession damn near for me to do anything wrong. But yesterday, that was when I was on cruise control of being just very angry. And when I'm like that, I feel like I'm the biggest, baddest dude walking around, man. For real. When I'm that angry, when I'm that impatient, frustrated, agitated, aggravated, man, I'm a dangerous individual. So much so that I'm dangerous to myself. Dead ass, dangerous to myself. So yesterday, man, like I said, when I heard that lady say that to me on the phone, I was like, man, I already knew it. I know I'm not supposed to be on the phone talking to these people. I know I'm not supposed to be trying to find some type of government assistance. I know that's not the case. I told myself, I said, I'm in this position right now so that every man that hear this video and know what I'm feeling like and feel what I'm saying, this is the opportunity in my life. I'm 31 years old. By the time I'm 40, I'm going to say, everything I got in my life, I earned this shit by myself. I had a little help along the way. Yes, I had family members. I had a couple friends. But ultimately, these people wasn't there for me during some of the most crucial times. And it's not their fault, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody, but in certain situations, I'm like, I really did have to do a lot of the heavy lifting myself. This house, this car, this land, this woman, all this, I did this by myself. And I'm going to be able to bring people, I already know, I'm going to bring people back here one day and tell y'all, man, this is where it started. I'll take you back to Wallace and show you where it really started. A private road, all alone, walking up and down that road, talking to my grandma for 4-5 hours. The phone used to shut off. And this video finna be longer than it need to be. But again, I was finna go to Walmart just to get in the air condition, go meditate, and then take my ass to work. But, that's where it started in Wallace, walking that dirt road, for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours, just growing more and more as a spiritual person. So, when I called these people yesterday, I talked to 2 different ladies, and both ladies, they sounded like they were black, and that does play a part. And the ability for them to comprehend what I'm going through as a young black man. It's not important, but it does matter in some cases in which, like the first lady, she was Middle Eastern. So what do you know Middle Eastern people to do, or Eastern people to do? Follow the script. So, okay, I just look at the account, and the account says that it is processing. Okay, ma'am, It's been processing for 5 days. You know, I got a confirmation code. What's the deal, man? I got an email saying that so what, boopty bopty boopty boo. Sir, it says right here in this system that it is going to take, it says processing. Okay, ma'am, I'm finna just haul off and shoot up the place. What's the deal? Sir, I'm looking in the system, and the system says it is processing. They have no connection, because that's how they are over there. They're very, like Stockholm Syndrome, whatever that shit called, where you just, they tell you anything as a master, a guru, or whatever. You are a living embodiment of God. So these people are very singular in their mind. It gets very fucking frustrating. And we all know, let's just be honest, since 9/11, it's been an influx of these people taking over the jobs, taking over corner stores, taking over what they call that customer service over the phone. How many times do you have technical difficulties with something and you call these people and it's a Middle Eastern person, it's a person from India? How many times? Huh? YouTube, all these platforms, when you call technical support, all these people seem to be from India. It's just like, all right, whatever, clearly. So I then so I'm talking to this lady and stuff like that, and I'm telling her, like, I'm very aware. One time I did this last year when I told you I called in the truck, and I talked for so long, so hostile, that the lady hung up on me after almost, I think, like an hour and a half. She hung up on me because of some of the things that I was confessing, a lot of the things that, like, the profanity. She couldn't handle it, and I don't blame her. I don't. And you're a woman. Where are the men? Where are the men on the other side of these phone calls? Shit. It's just nothing but women. India. Like, God damn. So anyway, I think I had yesterday what you would call a small mental breakdown, where I refused to come back to this tent. The mosquitoes were out of line. The heat was just stupid. And I refused. I stayed at Walmart from 3:30 in the morning till about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Went to sleep in the bathroom. Just hung out all day. And I refused to come back. So I'm doing all of this stuff, and I'm making these phone calls, and she tells me, sir, I'm calling all these numbers, and they're like, well, we only do transitional housing for 60-year-olds. Hang up. We only do transitional housing for families. Click. We only do transitional housing for veterans. Click. And it became obvious to me, like, once again, the spiritual realm wins again. This is my spiritual path, whether I like it or not. The fact that I can put a uniform on and go somewhere for 4 or 5 hours, make a little money, and make incremental improvements to my life while making YouTube videos, getting a lot of my own thoughts out into the public so I can get them out of my head. Going through moments where I feel like I'm a danger to myself and others. All of these things, this is my journey, whether I like it or not. I've been saying for the past 4 or 5 days, bro, I just got to do stuff with my head down and move forward, because, and what I mean by that is, let me give you an example. So I have to boil water. Let me get to this real quick. You guys remember I have a video game, a Nintendo Switch, right? I came to the realization that it has to go. All right. The fact that I could not get into my paycheck, Because most jobs that if you download these apps, they let you dig into your check, basically spend the money that you've earned. And the fact that I couldn't get that done, I said, man, I'm not asking nobody for no money, man. I'm not doing it. See, I told y'all, these phrases, you gotta do what you gotta do. I live that shit. Okay? So I said, man, it's too fucking hot. How the hell am I gonna play the game when I'm doing this? I gotta put both hands on the stick. It gotta go. It's too hot. I got too much work to do to keep this game in my possession. So I did something that I never thought I would do. I thought my cell phone and my game were going to be the last things of mechanical value on me that I would never give up. Because these are not only tools to communicate, but let me just show it now. Tools to communicate, but this is also therapeutic, because I'm not somebody who smoke weed and cigarettes and just sit here and listen to music and do all that dumb goofy shit. You know, nah, I smoke the weed, play the game, because the game is an escape. Now you see this? Have y'all seen me slap my body one time for a mosquito? Have you seen me go? Nope. Had to do my research. What chemical in bug spray keeps these goddamn mosquitoes away? They had all these products, right? Can't see it, but it says DEET, 98.11%. I don't know what DEET is, but whatever the hell DEET is, it's like the desert to fish. I mean, yeah, I ain't slapped one mosquito in, it say 10-hour coverage. Yep, I don't see him coming in when I open this little this door. That's it. So how did I acquire that? I had to sell the game. I had to pawn it, and it didn't hurt. See, this is why I told y'all when me and Terrell, and I'm telling you, bro, this video too long. This is why when me and Terrell broke up as friends, he unfriended me and all this other goofy ass clit having shit. Was because he got word that I sold his bike, the bike that he let me borrow, right? There was a snake family member of mine that communicated with him. You know, I guess they didn't have nothing else to talk about and was like, oh yeah, and by the way, CJ said he was gonna sell your bike. Now, once again, I'm a spiritual person. I can say that till the chickens come home, but some people just don't get it. And when I would tell Terrell for the 10 years that we were friends, Terrell, I'm on some other shit, bro. If I say something, it most likely is true. If I say something, it's most likely gonna come to fruition. If I say something, most likely you gonna realize it too. So what had happened was, I ended up getting a call back from Wingstop. Hey, you know, we want to hire you. Come on in, so on and so forth. So I was like, great, because I didn't want to have to sell the bike. Of course, that would have made me feel bad because he let me use it, and I'm selling it because I'm a forward moving person. If there's something I can look at in my life and say, man, I don't really need that shit. I don't really need that. Out of 8 hours or 12 hours that I'm up a day, I don't really need it. So I was like, man, what a coincidence. God or whoever must have known that I was going to feel bad about that and have to live with that on my conscience. So what happened? I got a chance to use the bike to go to work. So I go to work. I park the bike in the back. Anybody who knows Westheimer that lives in Houston, that is Drug Addict Boulevard. So the bike got stolen in like an hour. I went back outside to take the trash out and seen it. I was like, wow, it's gone. So I'm texting Terrell all the way up there like, man, I got a job, bro. Things about to start looking good, so on and so forth. But he didn't reply to those, he doesn't text like that. So he replies back to the message of, when I went outside, I had to text him like, yo, bro, the bike is gone. The bike is gone, bro. He replies, no, it ain't, and then blocked me. He's not smart enough to come pick up the bike. He's not, none of that. So I knew the bike was stolen. So when that happened, I was like, unbelievable. Because I really did not sell the bike, bro. The bike was stolen. But this was a spiritual graduation. Because Terrell is very slow. Okay? He's one of these people over time, he's decaying. He's not going to agree with that, obviously, but he's decaying as a person. Very unresponsive. A lot of the things that, I talk about and stuff like that, he just has no interest in it because he's a low frequency, low vibrational type of person. So he gets mad at me because I believe not only because of the bike, but because I dogged his ass out to my cousin, which I told him, do not bring your ass to Texas from Jacksonville so that you can have sex with this boy and you live with your boyfriend. The brother was actually helping me out through Cash App. And it wasn't because of that, but I was like, you live with this guy. Why are you trying to lie to this man? So that's why I believe that, these two stupid motherfuckers, they really showed their hand. And I told Jessica, don't you ever talk to me ever again. Don't ever talk to me ever again. She tried to, well, that's why you ain't got no job. That's why you live in a tent. And I'm like, dude, I live in this tent because of people like yourself. Because of people like you. I'm unemployed because of people like you. Yes, I take falling in too, but ultimately, your disgusting nature is what's tainted around this whole planet. Gossip, messiness, conflict, that type of shit. So I found that to be a spiritual gift because I know I would have been contacting him throughout this whole time saying, hey bro, could you help me out with a couple dollars? Could you help me with some green? Could you help me with some cigs? Stuff like that. That's all I ever asked for. And the fact that, like I say, he blocked me on all these platforms, I found that to be a gift. Like, CJ, just move on from this dude, man. Move on from this dude. He's a reprobate. He has a reprobate mind. So I had to, accept that and move forward. But yesterday, I sold the game and, I told her, at least $45. Because we all know the pawn shop jokes about I'll come in there with I'll take a PS5 straight from Walmart to the pawn shop. We can give you $20 for it. You ought to be shot in the face. So I told her I was like, at least 45. She was like, okay. And gave me the $45. I walked away saying, at the very least, I'll download some games on my phone. I've never been a person that liked playing games on my phone. So I'll just have to deal with it because in reality, it's so damn hot. I don't have time to put both hands on the damn Nintendo. I don't. I got one hand on the fan and I got the other hand trying to play the game and swatting mosquitoes. So I really don't need it. It felt like that was something that I needed to do. For all those that say, have you done what you got to do? I mean, isn't it obvious now? Have a job, so on and so forth. I do what I have to do. I told y'all I'm in this position is because of me taking on a spiritual responsibility that most people run from. They do. I can look at this situation and say, oh man, it sucks being outside or this or that. Yeah, it do. But if I wasn't outside, I'd probably be in a situation where I'd want to break somebody's neck for disrespecting me, for making unnecessary, unlogical decisions based on, okay, well, he don't talk. And when he do talk, he talk with so much energy that I think he mad. I don't want that energy here. Nah. I lost my phone for a second. I never lose my phone. I made a YouTube video, the one I'm about to delete, and put my phone in my pocket, and I guess I missed the pocket, and it fell like in some tall grass on my way home. So I got back from the store, going back to Walmart, and I'm like, where the hell is my phone? I completely trashed this entire tent, tore it apart, like just start throwing shit everywhere, cried, was like, dude, what in God's name is this? This makes no sense. So I walked back to Walmart, like retracing my steps, found it in the tall grass, burning up in the sun. And spent some time with Steven. He actually let me sleep in the car. He let me get some sleep. Got out, and like I said, I then went to go make the phone call because this lady said that they were going to offer some type of outreach program for me. Somebody was going to come out and talk to me and stuff like that about, you know, my mental state and all this. And I'm telling the lady, yo, if you just bringing these people over here to talk, I'm not doing that. I don't want to just talk. I want to get some shit accomplished. And so her thing is, well, are you still suicidal? You still want to hurt other people? Because I don't want to bring someone out there and you're gonna. I said, ma'am, why would I go through all of this to start kicking and whooping ass? I need y'all's help. You know, like, makes no sense. So trying to think, because it's about to rain. So I did tell her, I said, man, look, if that's all y'all gonna do, don't bother. She's like, yeah, because, you know, if you're not willing to go to like the hospital or anything, because I told her I'm not missing work, and it's a coincidence that I've done this before, and it was the same stipulation. You got to come with us and be willing to have your mind evaluated and diagnosed with whatever. And I'm telling these people just like my dad would want me to tell them. I can't miss work. This is why I say my piece of shit ass dad, my retarded autistic ass having daddy, that nigga would be so proud of me if he seen these videos or seen what I go through every day. When again, it's like it's embedded in me to do that. Like, I'm not missing work. You can go ahead and if it's anything that got to do with me missing work, bro, it ain't happening. I'm not doing it. So they're like, well, yeah, if you're not willing to come with us and have your mind evaluated and shit, then we can't. We're not just coming out there to talk. And I was like, yeah, I don't want you to come out here to talk either. So I hung up. And so at that point, like I said, it became so obvious to me, like, CJ, just stop trying, bro. Just stop trying. It's over and done with. There's nothing, no program out there or anything like that can help you. So I stayed away from the tent for a very long time. And when I had finally came back, I came back with the bug spray, a couple more items and stuff like that. I mean, that was the example of what I said about keeping my head down, where I was getting ready to take a bath, right? And I'm, right here, I'm getting this whole thing going, and one of those logs fell. All the hot water that I boiled, everything that I was doing, it put the fire out, it dumped it, the whole thing, right? And I mean, you would swear that I was possessed, because I just chuckled, like, I just chuckled and told myself, like, you see what I'm talking about? Like, this shit is stupid, and I have to really I'm trying to put my phone somewhere so I could take this little wash off and put my shirt on, but I had to really just keep it moving. And that's what I meant when I said, like, I have to put my head down, bro, and just keep going. Because if I don't, man, I'm gonna lash the fuck out. I've done it before. Being homeless, I've had what they call rage outs, where I just start just raging out. You know what I'm saying? Just start raging the fuck out because of things getting so out of hand. Whether it's trash, whether it's like washing your clothes. You wash your clothes to hang them up. Next thing you know, it's finna start raining. That type of bullshit. I mean, I've had my rage outs. And like I said, man, it got to a point yesterday where that's what ended up happening. I raged out. And well, I didn't rage out. I just kept moving. I chuckled and just kept it moving. So, in conclusion, I got through it. So like I said, I'm gonna delete the video because I don't like it. When I listen and play it back, I'm like, damn, bro. You don't really feel like that today. I kind of do, because that's the thing with me. With every new day, I do tend to bring over yesterday's attitude. I do. I like to compile that shit because I'm somebody who I don't like to forget how I felt about a particular matter. I don't like to switch up and shit like that. No, if I don't like it today, I damn sure ain't gonna like it tomorrow. You know, that's just how I roll in regards to. I mean what I mean. I mean business. Like I don't play myself, not for 1 second. Oh man, let me go get these clothes. But that's gonna be it, guys. It's really probably not it, but it has to be it because I have to get ready to go. What a coincidence! Found another bike, and I actually wanted to just take it to Terrell's and be like, "Hey, bro, you know, I know you still have that itching clitoris, but I wanted to, you know, be the man that I've always been, upstanding, and give you this bike, even though, you know, you've severed our friendship or whatever. I'm a man. You probably don't need the bike or whatever, but I wanted to, you know, give you this bike, you know, because I'm a man of principle. So, but I'm not going to do that. I've actually started changing my mindset in regards to the people I communicate with, where I just need to kind of disappear. Stop asking people for anything, obviously. The only thing I was asking for is money. So once the money starts coming in, then how the old saying go, I won't have no use for you. Oh man, that's messed up. How could you say that? Like this, I won't have no use for you. Because the anguish, the mental anguish, how pissed off I would get, how disgusted I would get, that's what makes me want to stay the fuck away. That's what makes me want to stay away. I was too angry, too disgusted, just too embarrassed to want to keep asking you guys for stuff. You know, my cousin Denzel and all these people, they have a life. And I'm not trying to interfere in that life just because I need money to keep pushing forward. I mean, this is the sucky part of life. It is, especially for somebody like myself. You're gonna go through things. Sorry guys, I'm doing a lot. You know, you're gonna go through things that just when you think you couldn't get through it, I told you, I think the fact that the days are so short is the only reason I'm able to get through this, because then I'll look up and be like, oh, it's already 5:30 in the morning, you know, made it another day. So that's gonna be it, guys. I gotta get to going. Thank y'all for watching.